Hi, everyone. Kathy Rose here. And I have my good friend Agnes Belesne, who is a fabulous feng shui master practitioner and a very talented astrologer with me today. And we have the benefit of all the wisdom that Agnes brings for the Lunar New Year coming up in the beginning of the year of the horse. So, welcome, Agnes. And why don't you dive in and start telling us about this very special moment?
Thank you so much for having me again, Kathy. I so appreciate this wonderful opportunity. And I love how we flow together astrology from your amazing experience and decades long expertise, and we spice it up with a little feng shui. And of course, there is no better time than now. So we are in what is called the spring to the year. The new year starts on February 4th, but until February 17th, until the first new moon, we have a time zone that is called Laptune, or a pre-period to the year, almost like a spring phase. We can use these 2 weeks leading up to the actual lunar new year on the 17th, that begins with the new moon, to spruce up our home with a little fresh spring energy. So if you would like to place flowers, just a cherry blossom or any fruit tree that has blossoms into your home, with that you symbolically would usher in the spring energies before the new year starts, which is the year of the fire horse.
And the year of the fire horse is so exceptional, astrologically speaking, which, by the way, we're going to record another video right after this where we analyze the new moon chart, which is an eclipse, and we're going to talk about that in depth. But this time frame where action is the key word for the fire horse, but also echoed and reinforced by everything astrologically, what kinds of actions should we be taking right now?
So, of course, as always, you have to start a new year with a clean slate. And I know by now it may sound a little repetitive when I talk about decluttering, cleaning, but these are the basics. You cannot bring in new energies if you have a stalemate energy in any space of your home, whether it is your, living room or your bedroom, your office, or even at your workplace and the desk at your workplace. So my advice is, like, for example, if you work in an office, whether the office is at home or not, just clean everything from your desk and give it a real good scrubby cleaning, and then place new items or place back the items you really would love to have on your desk in this year after you cleanse them. Cleaning can mean that items that you can clean with water and soap, like, please clean them thoroughly. Other items that are sensitive to that, like, let's say, specific metallic item or crystals, you can refresh them out in the sunshine or out in the moonlight in fresh air. And once you re-energize them, place them back, to help you radiate new energy. And please be picky. So if there is anything on your desk that no longer speaks to you, that has any heaviness around it, where you feel that those are the energies that you would like to leave behind because you received it from someone you no longer resonate with, or simply you feel it is outdated, because feng shui in this sense is a little bit like a relationship. So when we would like to see the new us in our surroundings. So we all develop in our self concept, and wherever we are right now in time, the way how we feel, the way how we see ourselves should be reflected in our environment, like a two-way street to energize us for the whole year to come.
So we need to be very sensitive to where there is stale energy. And of course, the eclipse that's taking place on the 17th, I won't go into it in depth right now, but there is an absolute signature in that eclipse saying release what is stale or stagnant, which flows so perfectly with this moment. So as you go through your house, you go through it with sensitivity to where energy has become stale, right?
Absolutely. And you yourself can create energy. So after the cleansing, cleaning, decluttering part is done, I find it so beautiful that this new moon is a very powerful symbol, and not only because it is an eclipse this year, but this new moon also signalizes carnival time, in the southern part of the United States, in South America, at certain parts of Europe, and also in different religions. The significance of this new moon will usher in after the spring equinox and the full moon after in Jewish, in Orthodox, in Christian religion, the Easter celebration. So this is a very significant new moon in all religions and in all significant events. And so it symbolizes rebirth, a new beginning. And we can further emphasize that with loud music, opening the windows, like at carnival times, dancing, having just a nice, healthy party in your home that really elevates the frequency, the energetic frequency of your space.
So it's time to enliven energy,
Yes, yeah,
enliven and circulate. I love the concept of opening the doors, opening the windows, and letting fresh air come in. I mean, I do that every day. After a full day of consultations, I just open my office windows, and it's a palpable difference. But this is doing it more symbolically to welcome in the new year, the new
yeah.
lunar year.
Yes. And so with that, you can personalize actually your own feng shui. I think it's very important that beyond this traditional symbolism, we also use welcoming rituals that also speak to us. Like traditionally, you would create little mountains of gold to welcome prosperity, and the mountains of gold can be a big heap of oranges or golden foiled chocolate little
Mhm.
balls, or it can be pebbles. You spray paint gold and you keep it not only during the New Year celebrations, but also during the year on your desk or in your home. So, the most important idea is to bring in fresh energy, to bring in something that symbolizes prosperity. So, that would be anything in the color of gold, again, from oranges through chocolate, through golden pebbles. And also something of the different variety of food. So, just like how we have the five elements water, wood, fire, earth, and metal, you can use food during the New Year celebrations to bring in the different elements, specifically all five, so that you have different colored food and you share it with others. So not only invite in through that these energies into your home, but also it's very important that in a joyful atmosphere you actually share it with others.
Mhm. What would you say is the biggest difference in the energy and the dynamic between the year of the snake and now moving into the year of the horse?
So, the year of the horse, especially the fire horse, is so courageous, so forward moving, so fast. And I think we already feel this energy. And as we mentioned last time, it's so beautiful how it aligns with Saturn and Neptune moving into Aries, Jupiter later into Leo. We will have Uranus in Gemini, air to fuel this fire. So it's a speedy energy, it's rapid fire. So if anything, we just have to be aware, like where are we heading to have a clear goal because we may actually reach it sooner than we think.
Hmm. Yeah, because action, the word action dominates right now, not sitting and analyzing or planning or overly thinking, but
Yes,
actually moving forward.
absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. moving forward, and you can really visualize the animal itself, like how a free, wild, courageous horse can run like blazing fire, literally. I find that very beautiful. And of course, bravery. So, no need to hold back, no need to, if something doesn't go the way you would have hoped for, on to the next one. So just keep
Mhm.
moving forward. And I like the fire symbolism also in terms of love and optimism, because fire is like a little lantern that you can keep in your heart or wherever it speaks to you, to give you the strength, the fuel, the energy to keep moving forward.
So you want to make it a celebration on the day of the Lunar New Year, the eclipse day. You want to celebrate it. You want to make it significant, not just ignore it and let it be an ordinary day, because you want to welcome this energy in.
Absolutely, Kathy, you are so right with that. And so there is the celebration itself is energy, and it's a joyful energy. So,
Mhm.
like we discussed, energy creates more energy, joyful energy creates more joyful energy, and it releases the frequency that will stay with us, throughout the year. And of course, by the beginning of the Lunar New Year, you should have all of your remedies, all of your new placements, all of your new art, all of, the pieces you would like to invite into your life, up and ready to start the new year with the right energies.
And I want to remind people we did a big 2 hour 2026 forecast video that is up on YouTube, with many examples of art from your phenomenal feng shui art that is so filled with incredible intentions. And you have quite a few exhibitions coming up all over the place.
Yes, thank you for mentioning that. I really love these exhibitions because it gives me a chance to directly connect with my audience, not only about art, but it also gives me a chance to share my knowledge of feng shui and a little bit of astrology with people who may not have been open to it or maybe never heard about it. In terms of the art exhibitions, I have them listed on my website. So if you would like to come by because it is in your area or anywhere close where you live, please feel free to reach out. I'm happy to send tickets. And back to the art itself, the most important in this year of the fire horse is that the year's energies lack water. So we have so much fire, which is great. I'm wearing red for fire, and it's very advisable in 2026 to wear red or orange or pink, symbolizing fire, or blue, which is symbolic of water, or black is symbolic of water. But definitely make sure you place a water feature, if nothing more, just a beautiful decorative bowl with water in the middle of your home or office, because there is no water element in the charts and we will need that.
Interesting. I would like to also recommend that if people want your special advice in feng shui, you are very generously offering a discount right now for a feng shui consultation. You have to use input the word happy, right?
Happy. Yes, that's correct, because I realized that so many of my clients have not even used, for example, the knowledge of knowing someone's personal wealth element.
Mhm.
So it's not only the personal directions, everybody has a personal success, personal health, personal love, personal self-development direction, which we harmonize with the space and with the time dimension. But we all also have, in a year where there is a lack of water, we also should focus on our personal wealth element, also on the animal sign that supports that specific wealth element. So these are not trivial informations that is easily accessible. It's very personal to everybody based on the time of birth, the
Mhm.
place, date, and time of birth. So if you are interested in that, or if you would like to fine tune your energies in 2026 by also using your personal wealth element, it's a very powerful tweak to your practice.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. All right. So we want to wish everybody happy Lunar New Year, and we want to welcome in the year of the fire horse. Let it charge into your life and move everything forward in the most positive way.
Yes, I'm wishing wholeheartedly so much luck, abundance, prosperity, health, happiness, and everything that is your heart's desire for 2026. May the frequencies be on your side in a way that makes you elevated.
Thank you so much, and much love to everyone. Now
Bye.
watch part two of our video because we're in just a moment, we're going to shoot a in-depth analysis of the big eclipse coming up. Bye
Bye.
for now.